So as you can see, it's kind of a bit manic.
Yeah.
Trying to beat other people. And get a bit crazy.
So it looks a bit manic, but actually once you get the hang, once you start playing it, it's actually fairly simple.
It's a good learning curve.
It's once you pick up the power, it's A to use the power.
Right.
X is the jump button. Jumping is good because, especially when you spawn, you don't have a power. When you're carrying a power, you travel 30% faster.
Okay.
So in order to get from where you spawn to a power, you hop quickly to get to the power, pick up the power up, and then start collecting, and you move quicker. So A to use the power. And if you do want to try and form a mega ball, then it's eject, which is
A is B.
B button. Anyway,
Okay.
just select that. Who's
Yeah. Okay, so you can select an emotion now. Children not to be. And just press A.
Rage is a good one.
I would never pick courage because of the brown background.
It's a
See, there's a good
1970s
choice.
emotion.
Good reason for choice.
It is really. Brown
Don't
and
like
orange.
the colour.
Doesn't go, does it?
He always picks it because it matches his shoes.
Oh yeah.
I used to go with Envy because I liked the art.
You liked Envy,
I
didn't
liked
you?
the green
On
eyes.
stage.
Yeah, it's cool.
But Rage is always good. She got a good action.
So your cube is charged. So go towards an edge. Any edge will do. Push towards the edge and press jump button. That's it, and you flip over. And then you just hit the power. Another good trick is to just, if you've used your power, so if you hit A now, you'll start hoovering up those pellets. If you've used up your power and your cube is charged and you're going to you're about to go and score a goal, when you flip over, pinch the other player's power. Because A, that means they don't have one left. They have one less. But also, when you respawn, you've already got a power up, so you're travelling 30% faster.
You could have gone and pinched. Was there a power up in the corner? That one there.
It was. Well, I thought you already had a shield, but I think you just used it. That one that your character.
Oh, Lord.
Best way to avoid those is to flip over to the other side. because if you flip over to the other person's side, there aren't any enemies on that side. If you plant, the one you're carrying at the moment is the pit one. If you plant that at the end of that ramp there, that's a good kind of place, because it's a narrow place, it's a good place to plant it, because it's more difficult for them to get past. You can't collect his, but if you go, if you hit Y to zoom out a bit, yeah, on the lamp over there, left corner, you've got some more pellets in Keep over. So collect like all of those. So if you back up the other end again. Grab those ones there first. Clear that area out. To go back on the line. You go back to the beginning where you just were. Okay. That's it. Go down the other channel. That's it. Beat you. Yeah, a bit more practice in here. So the actual gameplay itself, once you get the hang of it, it's fairly simple.
Yeah.
And the complexity comes in working out where to lay the traps, doing stuff like working out that when they're doing a loop-the-loop, you're kind of out of control. You can't slow yourself down. So that's a good place to lurk when you've got a jump dash, because as they're coming out, you bang them. The more charged they are, the more pellets they'll lose if you hit them. So, especially when they're charged up and they're going for goal, if you can intercept them and bash them or hit them in some other way when they're going for goal, then they lose even more pellets. And those pellets then zoom out and respawn back where they were. So if they've just come around the loop where they've been collecting pellets, that means they're going to go back around the loop to get them again. So you start developing these nasty tactics and how best to destroy your opponent and cause them trouble. As you play through the levels, then the maps become more and more complicated, and there are more and more features in there. So, for example, you've got moving platforms. These pink ones are moving platforms here, so they move around. So you have to time when you get to them and get on them. There are also things like seesaws that you have to go up and down, and moving ramps. Sections like that you have to time to get onto, and then clear them out as they're moving, and then get back off again. So the later levels have more complex features in them that you have to negotiate. They also have barriers around the edge so that you can't flip over anyway. You have to flip over only in the right places. So the level becomes more strategic as the play goes on, and more devious.
It's all about like winning over the emotions of each other. So, I mean, with your passion, for example, this is a great map for passion because you've got long loops and stuff. If you've got power slide, that's your power ball. That is your actual proper little suit you sort of thing. So you have a long power slide, for example. But if you're going to play something, for example, like that, for example, with lots of kind of bits and not very long bits of the end sort of thing, then that's probably not very good. To choose, and it's probably jump bash or
envy or rage,
for example.
So you tend to choose emotions because it's your favourite, but there's also the map, the style of map. As Joe was saying, passion, for example, is very good on levels that have long straight areas. But something like envy, if there's intricate areas, it's quite easy because you don't have to follow all the way around. You can just hoover up and it will pull in all the surrounding pellets, so it's much easier to collect on those difficult, intricate levels. You also choose depending on what the emotion is that the other players pick. So, for example, if someone picks rage, you might opt for courage because you know it's got a good shield, and they've got a very aggressive